Night game, Ohio State style, which is very unique. Our players are excited. Our fans are excited about it. We got a very good opponent, a coach that I've known for a long time, and first time I ever played against them. But they are what they are after now really studying. We studied a little bit in the summer and off season, and one of the top 5 defenses in America. Really good defensive coach. Offensively, last year they struggled, but this year they have a quarterback that's a transfer that's throwing the ball very well in the one game. We were very disappointed early in the game. We had some pressure. We wanted to throw the ball earlier, and it wasn't because of JT or the wideouts, because I thought our guys would make plays, and I have a lot of confidence in JT. It's just we couldn't have minus yardage plays, and it didn't start off very well. So I think they settled down much better, played much better in the second half, and we just, there's a couple guys never really played at this. Played major college football. We have to shift gears. That's a tough. And I trust our scheduler, and that's our AD, and he's great. But that's getting ready for that game's tough enough. It's just now you have to go back to the past defense that's brand new. So we actually started in earnest yesterday on the field. When usually we don't do much on Sunday, we did, and just get back to see if we have improved our pass defense. Someone told me all the excuses were there last week. You didn't hear us bring it up very often. We had 9 new starters on offense. The good thing is now they're not 9 new starters. They're veteran players now. So enough with the excuses and get going. I just think of our D linemen. Joey Bosa didn't come to Ohio State to squeeze down blocks and keep people off his ankles. That's what he had to do last week. He came to rush the quarterback and penetrate, and there's big smiles across our defensive line right now to let him go play. Anytime you lose a great player, we're not a group of. I'm just sharing you with what I tell our players too. When you lose, Braxton Miller is a Big Ten reigning Big Ten Player of the Year twice back to back, and to say we'll be fine, someone else has to pick up that. We have to have about 100 plus yards of offense. We did not have that Saturday. We need to get some of those skilled athletes in space, and when they get in space, they need to. You saw a couple of those guys that got tackled. You'd like to pull through some of those tackles. So I was not surprised at all by JT. I thought he handled himself very well for his first start. You take away the interception, and I think he did very well. The champion had 8 tackles. He's a guy that is a product of off-season program, mat drills, of all the different ways we try to develop some toughness around here. He's a quarterback from local New Albany quarterback. He's starting, and one of our, tougher guys on defense that throws it around. So I was not surprised. He's been practicing like that since spring ball. Kind of came out of nowhere. I didn't expect that in spring practice. Last year we had a guy that was a 20-25 carry guy. We have some pretty capable players. We also don't have that body type to go just slam it in there so many times in the offense line. And so that's a good question. We're gonna let it see. There's a lot of guys here. Rod Smith had the play of the day. He held a block on punt return for 11 seconds, and the way we do our business here, that entitled him some carries. It was one of the greatest efforts I've ever seen on a play. For 11 seconds, he locked down a defender, and then knocked him down at the end of the play. It's worth what if we could get you a copy. One of the greatest plays I've ever seen. So when you get guys like that doing those type of things, Jalen earned some carries last week. Dontre certainly has. And you got Zeke, you got Curtis Samuel. All these guys are earning these carries, and so I think it's probably going to be like that again this week. One of the best deep ball players we've ever had. He adjusts so well to the ball. He's caught, someone said 18 or 19 touchdowns, and his average is over 40 yards per catch on a touchdown, and that's unique. He's extremely fast. He tracks the ball down very well. It's not like we're holding him. The team we played against was a very soft zone. They weren't going to give you the deep balls, and they had a coverage mistake. That's how that happened. Raekwon McMillan, we have to get him in the game. He got on some special teams. Eric Smith got on some special teams. Sam Hubbard's close. No, we have to. Johnny Dixon's close. We have to get other guys in the game.